I'm so excited to be back here with you, Eric, 6 years later, to see that promise fulfilled in so many students here. And thank you to Dr. Gallagher and your entire leadership team for allowing me to be a part of this celebration. And I want to say a special thank you, and a special hello to all of my colleagues and fellow educators who are here today. So, where are you from? That's the girl with the fingernails. When we ask that, we're not really asking about cities or states or countries, are we? What we really mean is, what's your story? Tell me about the journey that brought you to this moment. As many of you may know, well, you already know, I'm a community college professor. I finished, I think, May 6th. I've handed in my grades. And I teach English. And for my first lesson, usually in the semester, I use the poem Where I'm From by George Ella Lyon. I'm sure most of you know it. Its verses tell the story of the author's hometown, not in locations, but in sensations and experiences and memories. Then I ask my students to think about their own lives. So where does their inner strength come from? What made them who they are? So I'm going to tell you who I am. I grew up the oldest of 5 girls in a quiet neighborhood of Willow Grove, Pennsylvania, just outside of Philadelphia, and across the river from my Italian grandparents. Yes, I'm from Philly. But where I'm really from is ribbons of pasta drying on the linoleum counter in my grandfather's Italian kitchen, tomato sauce bubbling on the stove. I'm from 5 sisters just glued together, messy rooms and borrowed jeans and standing up to bullies who lived on our block. I'm from running through the yellow street lights on hot July nights feeling like summer would never end. And that's what made me who I am today. For the rest of your life, people are going to ask you to define yourself. So you'll write a resume that lists the black and white details of your past, including LACC, in neat, bulleted lines. But your story is so much more than a place you grew up or your degree. Those things don't define you, and neither does your hometown, but it is a part of your story. So my message today to you is this: never forget where you came from. So where is that? To answer, let me tell you some stories I've heard about you and your classmates. So I've just met Ilya Monroe. Ilya, where are you sitting? Oh, there you are. So let me tell you Ilya's story. So Ilya wanted to be a teacher when she was just a little girl, but life took her on a different path. She worked for 25 years as a graphic designer until, like many of us, she lost her job during the pandemic. So that's when Ilya realized that she had the opportunity to reach for a dream that was still inside of her. So she enrolled in the early childhood education program here to become a teacher. And though it hasn't been easy, she said her life for this work makes every challenge worth it. Today, when she walks across this stage at age 46, she will start a new chapter and bring an old dream to life. And Ilya, let me just say, I will be proud to call you my colleague. Are, are there any other future educators in the audience? Where are you? We need more teachers. Yes, think about it. Think about teaching. I also met Marie Angie Ahoba. Marie, where are you? Oh, here you are, Marie. Marie came from the Ivory Coast 5 years ago and built a life here with her husband and her 2 children. But during the pandemic, they had to spend their entire life savings supporting their family. And Marie wanted to be able to financially rebuild, so she enrolled here at LACC. In her last semester, pregnant with her 3rd child, she went into labor during her final exam. Now, we all know, and these teachers will agree, we all know students who would ask to be excused from a test for like a runny nose or something, but not Marie. Through her contractions, praying that her baby would just stay put a little bit longer, she finished her test and delivered a healthy baby boy. That's how much finishing her degree meant to her. So how many of you graduates are moms and dads balancing parenting with school? God bless you. There are so many times in our lives, especially when we're trying to reinvent ourselves or create something new, when we just have to push through the pain, like your valedictorian speaker. And though it's usually, not so literal as having a baby, and when we get to the other side, we realize that we are stronger than we ever knew. Marie, congratulations on the birth of your son and the new life that you are starting today. Finally, I met, as did you, Steve Kim. Steve, I know you're up here on, oh, there you are, Steve. Come on. Let them see you. So Steve grew up in Chicago, and in high school, like many of us, I'm sure, he felt like, he didn't have direction. And he wanted to give back to the country that had welcomed his family from Korea. So he joined the Marines, serving for 5 years. After a deployment in Afghanistan, he was diagnosed with PTSD, but he didn't let that define him. And Steve didn't give up either. He found treatment, he enrolled here at LACC, and connected with the Veteran Resource Center. And the center helped him find the right classes and encouraged him when he was struggling. Steve, as you graduate today, I hope you know that we are all cheering you on. Do we have any other veterans or military graduates here today? Where are you? And how about your families, military families? Could you please stand? Thank you for your service and your sacrifice. These stories, your stories of perseverance and resilience, are so inspiring. They're the journey that brought you here today. They are all the lessons that you need to face the challenges ahead. They give you strength to find joy and fulfillment and a sense of purpose in the future you are all about to create. So, where are you from? Where are you from? Well, I thought I'd give you a try, all of you. Okay, so you're from the smell of bacon-wrapped hot dogs under an orange night sky. From the cool, smooth taste of fruit vendor mango in the hot September sun. You're from the swirling dry dust of the Santa Anas, reminding you that everything changes and that you are changing too. You're from trying to talk over too many people in the kitchen, or from sitting alone in your bedroom wishing that there was a way to feel the warmth of your mom's hug through the phone. You're from sitting on the 101 with your AC broken and your windows down. From fitting your whole life into a few bags and praying that the thing you're looking for is at the end of this journey. You're from catching up on chapters in line at the grocery store, from flashcards on the bus across town, and from the burn of blue light after too many hours on Zoom. You're from working late into the night and setting your alarm early so you can pour cereal for your kids in the morning. You're from laughing when it hurts too much and crying when joy just takes you by surprise. You're from the strength you found to start all over, to fail and then get back up. You're from the bravery it takes to believe in yourself when it seemed like no one else did. You're from a community that carries you when you feel weak, that sees not just the best of who you are, but the beauty of who you are becoming. Today, you are a college graduate. I know who you are, and you astonish me with your grit and your determination. And that is why I love teaching community college. And I know that you will all go on from here to find great jobs or attend another school, to explore the world and all that it has in store for you. There will be no shortage of incredible opportunities in your future, as well as challenges that will test you once again. My charge to you is this: never forget your path, the people who brought you here, or the lessons you've realized along the way. Never forget where you came from. It doesn't have to define you, but it will always have something to teach you. Never forget what made you who you are, and then you will be ready for wherever you choose to go next. So on behalf of my husband, the president, and me, congratulations!